Honorable viewers, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel JRBD24. Today's topic is The Black Cat by Allan. Let's start. This Allan story has many of the characteristics typical of his works. It is written as a first-person confession, has a creepy mood, and a haunting ending. The narrator begins by explaining that he has always loved animals. He was never as happy as when he was feeding or petting his pets. Luckily, when he married, his wife supported this prediction by purchasing many pets for their household, including a black cat. Pluto, this large cat, was the narrator's favorite. Several loving years went by before the narrator's mood began to sour. He found himself mistreating his wife and his pets, although he refrained from hurting Pluto in any way. These neglectful or violent outbursts were brought on by alcohol, which eventually led to his mistreating Pluto as well. One night, after a great deal of drinking, the narrator found that Pluto seemed to be avoiding him, which made him angry. He took a penknife from his pocket and plucked out one of Pluto's eyes. Afterwards, he felt some guilt, though not enough to stop his drinking. The cat's wound healed and no longer caused the cat pain, but clearly avoided his master. The narrator became irritated by this avoidance and thought about punishing the cat. One day he put a rope around its neck and hung it from a tree just because he could and because he deserved to be deemed a sinner. That night he woke to find his house on fire. He, his wife, and servant were all able to escape, but he lost all his possessions. When he returns the next day to look at the wreckage, he sees that unwell. The arm that stood behind his bed seems to still be intact. A crowd of people appeared to be looking at it. They were commenting on the fact that the image of gigantic cat with a rope around someone must have taken the hanging cat and thrown it through his bedroom window. Hoping to wake him up, and the cat stuck to the newly laid plaster, then left behind an imprint as the cat burned away. Once again, the man felt some guilt over what he had done and searched to find a replacement cat. One night at a bar, he noticed a cat sitting on a barrel of alcohol. This cat very nearly resembled Pluto, except for a wild piece along its underside. He asked if anyone knew to whom the cat belonged, but no one did, so he allowed the cat to follow him home. Once more, the affection that the cat showed him began to replace the narrator, although the thought of Pluto kept him from abusing it. What added to his dislike was that this cat also appeared to be missing one of its eyes. The stronger his aversion, however, the more the cat seemed to like the narrator and attempt to follow him and sit close to him at all times. One reason the narrator refrained from hurting the annoying animal was that it frightened him. He had noticed that the white marking on the cat appeared to be slowly changing, and each day it seemed to closer resemble the shape of the gloss. He could barely sleep, as he would often find that the beast lay sitting upon his chest, breathing into his face. The narrator's usual moodiness increased to complete hatred for all humanity, including his poor wife. One day, the two of them were walking into the basement of their building, when the cat, always between his feet, caused him to trip. The narrator grabbed an axe which lay nearby and lifted it to drive it into the cat's head. When his wife stopped the handle, he returned on her instead and dropped the axe into her brain, causing her to die immediately. He decided he must hide her body, so he considered his options. He decided to lock it up in the killer. He found a false chimney from which he could remove some bricks and insert the body inside. He laid the mortar and sealed her up, making the new brickwork indistinguishable from the old. Next, he decided to find the cat and kill it, but he was unable to locate it, and for once he slept soundly alone in his bed. After 3 days with no cat and no evidence of his missing wife, he felt secure in having gotten away with his crime. However, on the 4th day, a group of policemen came unexpectedly to search the house as the men were completing their tour of the killer and preparing to leave. The narrator, in his excitement, told them how well constructed the house was and even hit the wall where he had buried his wife with a cane. This knock caused a cry to come from within the wall, which grew into a hole. It secreted the narrator, who backed away, but the police began to pull down the brakes. The rotting corpse still stopped where he had left it, but upon its head sat the one-eyed cat whom he had accidentally walked upon to and to have given away his secret. That's all about the black cat. For the time being, thanks for your patience hearing.